Hello, hello, hello. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Saturday. Guys, Bitcoin is currently trading at $82,477. It's Saturday evening, 7:25 p.m. The daily close contest. Are you guys ready? Smash the like button on your way in. Subscribe if you're new. Whoa, it's not even done yet. There's 50 seconds left. Ooh. Guys, smash the like button on your way in. Subscribe if you're new. Appreciate you guys for joining. Happy Saturday. Ooh. Let's go. Let's go. All right. That was so badass. I was not expecting that to be that freaking cool. Oh, man. All right, guys. We got new hyped up intro music, so smash the like button. I want to see you guys smash the damn like button. Kevin said, we are about to die, so bearish. Vahid said, worry not, Kevin. Q2 second half can be bullish. If not, then Q4 NFA. Guys, Bitcoin is chilling. We got a trend line from who knows where. We got a trend line from September 2024. Some might say a legacy trend line. We are following this fractal, kind of. I don't know where it's from. It's definitely a higher time frame fractal. Yeah, it looks like a daily fractal. So it's not the end of the world. It's never going to be the end of the world. Even if Bitcoin goes to zero, we still have our health. We still have our family. We still have each other. We can find other means of making money. Bottom line, nothing's really going to change. But I refuse to believe that Bitcoin is going to zero. I refuse to believe that altcoins are going to zero. We are simply in a market lull. And we're going to make it to the other side. I believe in us. You should believe in us as well. For as a cooperative, as a team, as a family, nothing can stop us. Pile in, and guys, smash the like button. I appreciate you guys for joining. Happy Saturday. We're chilling. We're vibing. Let's get into the charts. Bitcoin. This was our range, actually. This was our range according to the liquidity heat map. And we broke below that. We broke bearish. So let's do a quick update of our lines. Let me make sure that my first one is actually a solid green line so that we don't get confused. Our liquidation heat map at the moment is saying not a whole lot. We got 52 million at 81,686. We got, what else do we got? 50 million at 81,447. And then let's go up from here. We got a lot right there. Let's go to this one, 82,881. We got a pretty decent chunk, 72 million at 83,061. And anything else? We do have one more right here, yeah. Let's just go right here. 83,300 even. All right. So there's liquidity to the upside to be grabbed, liquidity to the downside to be grabbed. The positive, the plus side right here, this big fat wick means people are buying. We did not have a big fat wick right here. We had like a little wick, but the candle still closed red. This is a big fat wick on a green candle. So potential upside, not financial advice. Volume is almost gone. Volume's drying up. Volume's been drying up. Volume was dried up here. Volume was dried up here. That usually signals a bottom. Not financial advice. I'm just trying to give you guys a little bit of copium. A little bit of unregulated, unlicensed, uncut copium. So we did actually break out of our little entrapment range that we've been speculating on over the weekend. My concept was that they would trap us there on Saturdays, and then Sunday is when we would break out of it. That did not happen. So we broke below on a Saturday, which is new. That's new. We have not done that in quite some time. But we have been in this uptrend. And again, we've done this before. We had an uptrend, and we broke below. We had an uptrend, and we broke below. Is this going to be the different one where instead of we break below and make a new low, are we going to make a new high and then begin an actual proper longer term uptrend? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see what happens there. But at the moment, Bitcoin is down 2.32%, currently trading at $82,462.69. Nice. Let's go through some charts. ETH is down 4.01%, currently chilling at support 1,800. Hopefully it holds. We'll see what happens. It broke below 2 grand with a vengeance. This was what sent everything down. This, well, maybe not this in particular, but whatever this was, this break of this range that we were in is what started sending everything else down. And ETH's first move was a break below 2K, which is not good. It was teetering at support along with everything else, but we're keeping an eye on it. We're going to make sure that we don't lose our minds and that everyone comes out of this on top, you know? But ETH is chilling. Sol is down 4.38%. Broke below support at 125, probably heading to 120 next. And then if it breaks that, then we got this blue legacy trend line. Pretty decent sized legacy trend line. What's nice about Sol is that this is now in a pretty big previous downtrend. And this could turn bullish very quickly. We broke right back into this trend. So, not financial advice, definitely something to keep an eye on. But if it breaks below this lower trend line, then we're probably going to start looking for potential longer-term downside. I'm still of the belief that we have never entered a bull market, and people are going to argue, well, what about Bitcoin, blah, blah, blah. You know, Bitcoin can have its own bull market. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you guys. So our fractal, our total 3 fractal, looks like it's going to be bottoming out April 1st. Not financial advice. If this follows exactly, then I'm going to brag, and you guys might get upset with me. So just prepare yourselves for that. The fractal looks good. We got some deviations, like I pointed out. There's been some deviations, but overall, it's pretty much followed this fractal to a T. This is a good fractal. It's been a really long time since we've had a fractal this good. Unfortunately, it ended up being one that's short-term bearish, but short-term bearish is not always a bad thing. This short-term bearish leads to some pretty decent long-term bullish. A new all-time high. 1.13 is a previous all-time high. I'm looking for 1.75 out of this fractal by May, which is going to be pretty sick if that plays out. I'm going to be signing autographs of Lord Farquaad. The fractal Farquaad strikes again. He's been dormant. He's been hibernating. Let's see. It looks like if we bottom on March 30th, check total fractal. So we do have a fractal on total that we've been observing since yesterday. I think somebody brought it up, which is very similar to that fractal. Kind of calling for the same thing. Tomorrow's March 30th, guys. And then the next day, I believe, is April 1st. I lied. The day after the next day. There's 31 days in March, apparently. That's news to me. So yeah, total market cap. We're looking to potentially bottom right here, and then we'll get one more upside, and then that'll set up a nice inverse head and shoulders with a pretty decent neckline target of, look at that, 3.19 trillion, which we have not had since February. honestly, total market cap's kind of bullish. Not gonna lie. We got a, I don't know, is this a harmonic? Maybe I'm just making stuff up. That's kind of what harmonics are, though. We got a double top here, potentially leading into a W, which I would argue would be right here. Yeah. Yep. So definitely something to keep an eye on there. Pretty exciting stuff. Cardano on the 4-hour time frame. 67 cents at the moment. We do got some wicks to the downside, which is good. That means it's getting bought up. We did, however, break through our purple trend line, which was kind of our last crusade there. We broke through, retested bearish, and continued to the downside. I'm looking for 63-cent support because of previous confluence. It's not that great, though, honestly. 60 cents. Unfortunately, we might be going down to 50 cents with Cardano. Not financial advice. We got a lower trend line, legacy trend line from all the way back in November of 2024 that we've been following quite religiously. We bounced off of it once, twice, 3 times, 4 hits to the downside. Could be the potential bullish bounce that we're looking for to continue to the upside. Another breakout. Honestly, that 50 cents, not looking that bad. Oh, I think I typed it wrong. Yeah, 50 cents right here. We got confluence right here. Previous resistance turned support. Support right there. I don't really hate it, if I'm being completely honest. 50 cents might be the play. Clint's Corner said total market crap. That actually might make good merch. I might make that, Clint. Fahid said, I think I should time out this Clint guy. Clint said, do it. And the other 2 people watching were all the white chicks at. Fahid said, everything looks so bullish. ADA looks great. Bitcoin, they all look bullish. They might. I don't know, man. I'm gonna have bullish bias no matter what, because I still believe that we haven't entered a bull market. But I could be wrong. That's why it's not financial advice. I am in a long right now, though, like an idiot. So, who knows? Maybe I'll lose all my money. SNEK is down 5.37%. SNEK has this trend line that it's been riding for forever as well. It is a ascending trend line. If it breaks this, then it's going to get a little sketchy here. We got 1, 2, 3, now 4 hits to the downside. That is incredibly bullish as well, but it is an ascending line. And I've looked it up, actually. I've asked Grok. Let's ask it again. I got some news as well. Let's see. What does 4 hits on an ascending trend line mean in a chart for technical analysis? And it told me 4 hits on an ascending trend line typically indicate strong level of support or a significant pattern forming in a chart. An ascending trend line is a diagonal line drawn upward, blah, blah, blah. Strong support, confirmation, potential weakening, pattern development, breakout, or breakdown setup. So it's literally just one way or the other, unfortunately. But earlier it told me it was bullish. Maybe my grok is just biased. It's very possible. But we're looking at this support hold. If it doesn't hold, we're looking for some downside. It is an ascending pattern, though. So if we break down from this, I wouldn't be surprised. XRP is down 3.66%. It did break below its $2.14 support, and it found a bounce area right in the middle, actually, which is not bad. We've seen this previously, right here with some wicks, and right here. So we could be getting this scenario. We could be getting this scenario. Keep an eye on it for sure. Not financial advice. HBAR is down 5.83%. Jim Derringer said bullish on Telos and QRL. Well, okay, not bullish on QRL, more like a long-term speculative. Hoff said so over. And Clint's Corner said, here's our Rays fan. I don't know what that means. That's adorable, though. HBAR broke below 17. It had a lower trend line, a descending trend line that it was riding, and it finally broke bearish out of that. Not looking good for HBAR, but it did find support around 16.5-ish. and it seems like it's bouncing up for a potential bearish retest of this. If it breaks through, then it'll look good. If it breaks down, though, then it'll look bad. So keep an eye on it. It is a bear's market at the moment. SWE also broke below its $2.50 support. It came up and tested 275 resistance, did not hold, and it broke below 250, and it now broke below its ascending trend line as well. But it is holding support at 223, so it's not the end of the world. Ondo. Ondo getting pretty spicy. Broke below its previous support at 80. It might be game over for Ondo for the short term. We'll see. We have a lot of confirmed red dots on Market Cipher. So something to keep an eye on. Is this the bear trap? I have no idea. If this is the bear trap before the bull market, then a lot of people are going to get trapped, I think. I think a lot of folks are shorting and getting out. I genuinely believe a lot of people have left crypto. Every single crypto influencer is genuinely complaining on X, completely organically, that their views have plummeted like 70%. And I'm like, damn, that's crazy, because that's a big drop. I'm not one of them, luckily, because my views were already pretty low. Aerodrome is down 6%, broke below the only support that Aerodrome had, which was 50 cents. And there's no more wicks anymore. It's just going down for forever. So if you can leverage trade this, not financial advice, might be worth looking into. Render is down 7.11%. It is breaking right now as we speak. The $3.50 support level. Render's looking a little bearish as well. And if I drew this trend line extended, it did break below that as well. It got some reaction off of it, though, for a second, which is pretty cool to see. We also got Polkadot trending bearish as well. We got our... what is that, $4 support that it's testing at the moment. If it breaks below that, looking for 378. We got CAS down 8.37%, breaking down out of its descending something wedge. We got a legacy trend line on CAS coming down here. If it does not hold 5, then it's gonna get pretty spicy for CAS. Avalanche is down 3.68% and trying to hold support at 1982. Looks like it's going to break below it, though. We'll see what comes of that. In my opinion, next support level, probably 15. I would look for confluence at the psychological levels, though. It does look like we've created a new level right here based on this confluence. Around 18 and a half. So keep an eye on that for sure. SHRAP is down 8.5%. This thing moves pretty hard when it does move. It does not look like the inverse head and shoulders is going to play out. It's getting rejected at the neckline and breaking down. Next support level we're looking for is 6 and then 5. Keep it psychological with this one because the psychological numbers seem to be the ones that play out. Chainlink is down 5.19%. Chainlink had a ascending trend line that it was breaking, and it broke above the pink trend line, which was previous support turned resistance. Didn't hold, which we've suspected because it's done that in the past. It's literally playing out this exact same move. The exact same move, 100%. How far down is it going to go this time? Who knows? If it breaks below 11.9, then it's probably going to get pretty spicy for Chainlink. Doge is down 6.28%. Doge currently holding the 16.8 support level. If it breaks below that, then I'm looking for around 15-ish. If it breaks below that, then I don't know where it's going to go. Polygon Matic Pole down 4.94% at the moment. This thing fell pretty hard when it rejected off of 23. It broke through 22 without any reaction whatsoever, and it tried to bounce off 20, bounced for a quick second, little 4-hour candle, and then continued to the downside. It's now currently sitting down below 26, or 206, and it's at 201 right now. It looks like it's actually holding 20, which is nice. NEAR is down 6.22%. Broke the purple ascending trend line. Resistance did not quite get anywhere near it, actually. Broke below 269 with a little reaction at first, which is nice to see, and it got a little reaction off of 251 as well at the moment. If it breaks below that, then it's probably going lower. Chili's is down 4.18%. Got a rejection off of the orange trend line. It broke straight through the purple ascending trend line, and it broke straight through the green descending trend line, which was previous support somewhere once upon a time. Legacy support, actually. So we got new updated legacy support down here, way down here at 0. Silver didn't do nothing today because I don't think it trades on the weekend. Don't quote me on that, though. Maybe it did. A little bit pumpy dumpy. MicroStrategy looks the same. DXY looks the same. No, DXY got a little bit dumpy. NASDAQ, a little bit dumpy yesterday. S&P, a little bit dumpy yesterday. Definitely something we're going to keep an eye on come Monday. Monday's going to be very interesting. Tuesday is Liberation Day. I will be streaming. Is Tuesday Liberation Day? Wednesday is Liberation Day. I will more than likely be streaming majority of Liberation Day if I can take work off. I think I'm gonna just tell my boss that I have diarrhea or something. I have Liberation Day diarrhea. We'll see what happens. So make sure you guys tune in, smash the like button, subscribe if you're new. Let me check the chat. Did you guys hear the new hyped up intro music? It was pretty sick, actually. Fahid said everyone is super bearish. Recession risks, tariff, mortgage defaults, etc. Patience will pay off. I agree with Fahid. Fahid is in the zone right now. He's in the zone. I love it. Clint said, ouch. He probably smashed his finger on a wrench on the entire axle that he has sitting on his freaking folding table in his garage. Fahid said, Hoffs means a crypto bear who wants revenge for all bullish targets failing. Clint said, Chewy in shambles with his arrow shitter. Billy said, I'm so depressed. No reason to be depressed, Philly. Jim said, Arrow lost the finance to its drone. I called it Arrow done the other day. Arrow down also works. We also accept Arrow down. Fahid said, Q1 has to end very bearish. Jim said, these red candles look like R. Kelly out here. Steady streams, R. Kelly. You're killing me out here, people. That interview is so crazy. I can't believe he did that. Fahid said, no one asks why in the world would the U.S. government buy billions of Bitcoins at 90 to 100K, even 80K is risky. They want lower prices. Fahid also said, it's not just the U.S., it's so many places in the world that want to create a reserve. Jim said, it's a game, just being patient. Tyler said, ejaculations. Jim Derringer said, started scooping QQQ Friday. Dixie Flatline said, what up, dude? Shill the dong. Haha. We did get a couple of people onboarded on dong in the Discord the other day. They had a lot of trouble because they don't know how to use a computer. They were like, how do I purchase the dong at my local credit union? And I explained to them that dong is currently not available at your local credit union. So you have to go and make a wallet on Cardano and purchase dong there. And they were like, what? That's all they said in response. So I actually went to their house and I took money from them and I bought dong and then I put it on a wallet and I gave them the wallet. I bought them a whole ass computer. It was crazy. How to purchase dong? You got to set up a Cardano wallet, preferably on a PC, and connect to Tab Tools right up here. Connect your wallet. Just download the extension on Chrome. It's not that hard. Don't use Microsoft Edge. Nobody uses Microsoft Edge. It's weird when you use Microsoft Edge. It's concerning. Connect your wallet and purchase dong. Swap your ADA for dong. You do when you set up your wallet, write down your seed phrase. Don't save it in your notes on your phone. Don't take a picture of it. Write it down on a piece of paper and hide it in 2 separate places. You know, the typical crypto stuff. Make a wallet. Fund it with a centralized exchange, and then you go buy dong in a decentralized manner. Not financial advice. Keep in mind, guys, this thing's got $50,000 in liquidity. It's a $135,000 market cap. It is an incredibly low market cap coin. If you buy this and get rugged, it's not my fault. I'm a dong maxi. I'm irresponsible degen. It's literally a dong. Oh, we got less than 1 minute remaining until the daily close contest, guys. We're getting distracted. The dong is incredibly distracting. Let me zoom in on our 1 minute chart. Bitcoin is currently trading at $82,522.07. Let me pull up my chat. Make sure that it's on live chat. If you guys plan on participating in the daily close contest and you're not familiar with the rules, let me know and I will go over them. Otherwise, I'm going to assume that you've participated in the past and that you know the rules. If you participate and you submit your shit in the chat, try to include letters or numbers. I'm sorry, not numbers. I say that every time. Try to include words or something in between each number or every 2 or 3 numbers, whatever. I'll be able to decipher it. Sometimes YouTube filters out your guess because it thinks that it's a phone number or something. Ooh. Oh, I did it a little bit early. You guys got an extra 3 seconds. Get your guesses in for the daily close contest. Go, go, go! Let me check it out. Dixie Flatline said with ADA on Tap Tools or Splash Decks. Fahid said, That's if you use a phone. Finally, I can swap using a phone. He said, get a Vesper wallet. It's amazing. You can swap by using the internal browser and connect the tap tools. Nice. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Fahid figured it out because he's an adult man with monster balls. I'm just saying. Ew, Jim said, I like Edge. What? Bitcoin forming a dong. Bullish dong pattern on every single chart. How to purchase dong. I want to hold dong. Everybody wants to hold dong, man. Fahid said, I really like Vesper. I now want more ADA. Ooh, I got to try Vesper, man. All right, we got a guess from Clint. Philly's guess got redacted, I think. Philly, resubmit your guess. Tyler said, you heard it here first. Put numbers in your numbers. All right, we got Jim Derringer, Fahid, and Clint putting in a guess. Make sure you put numbers in your numbers. Oh, Jesus. I'm so sweaty right now. Okay. This is where the background music comes into play. Dude, did you guys hear my hyped up intro music? I'm pretty stoked. Let's see, Philly, we got AT2555. 82555. I like it. Ooh, look at this. It's getting pretty spicy. I gotta move it because we're getting so pumpy right now. Guys, get your guesses in for the daily close. Bitcoin's currently trading at $82,585.99. What is this blue shit? Oh. We got 2 minutes and 51 seconds remaining on the clock. Jim Derringer said XRP would look a lot better below $2. Oof. We got 10 people watching. Did you guys smash the like button? If you didn't smash the like button, I will know. I know each individual who doesn't smash the like button. 825. That's what I put, Philly. I might have to make it a little bit bigger. I think Philly forgot his magnifying glass. All right, let's see. We still got 2 minutes, 20 seconds left on the clock. Only 4 guesses currently. We got room for 6 more guesses. Get your guesses in for the daily close contest. If you get closest without going over, you win bragging rights. If you nail the first 5 digits, you win $15. If you nail all 8, you win $100. We have yet to have one single person nail all, 7 digits. Is it 7? Yeah. Nail all 7 digits and win the $100 prize. We have, however, had Hoffs has guessed over, and it is Price is Right rule, so if you guess over, you get nothing. Hoffs has guessed over twice by 1 penny. 2 separate times. That's real. Tyler said I made this as hard as possible for you to deal with. 82, 467, and 39 cents. Dude, look how pumpy Bitcoin's getting. Look at this. It's crazy. 82, 467, 39. Tyler, if that's wrong, then it's your fault, and I'm not going to fix it. Billy said 212-867-5309. Jim Derringer said, why is it so green? My short. I actually have a long right now, and I'm pretty green. Not that green. I don't use high leverage, so I'm getting a little spicy today. Normally I'm 4x. Today I'm using 8x. Ooh. The intro music got me way too hyped up. It was pretty sick, though. Should I play it? We got less than 1 minute remaining. 42 seconds left on the clock for you guys to get your guesses in. I'm going to play the hyped up intro music. Let's do it. We got a guess. 82,669. Oh, Tyler's making a change. At the last minute. Hoffs is not here. Interesting. Oh. Here we go. 13 seconds remaining. 8 seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time is up. Let's play the hyped up intro music. Okay. Let's get these numbers in order. I feel like I'm hacking. Okay, I gotta shut it off. I'll freak out. I'll listen to that the whole time. It's pretty sick though, isn't it? That's some sick intro music. If you don't like that intro music, then you can go. You can leave. All right, we got Tyler 82,600, Philly 82,555, Clint 82,530, Fahid 82,420, 69, nice. Jim Derringer 82,222,00. Very cool, very nice. Bitcoin's currently trading at $82,670.41. Currently, if it closes at this price, Tyler will be the winner, closest without going over. And he would win bragging rights, and he's slowly catching up to everyone in the winner's chart. Tyler said, now I'm difficult. Philly said, too late, unless you're a Cornerville Chad. Chad. Jim Derringer said, red candle when? Tyler said, Jim said, ay. Look at that. There you go, Jim. Red candle. All right, we got 4 minutes remaining on the clock. 3 minutes and 7 seconds, actually. Let's go take a look at Dong really quick. Pretty sick. I'm not going to monetize that. Really quick. I apologize for blinding you guys, but I think that everyone should go take a look at this because it's very interesting. Modern monetary theory is very intriguing to me. People are talking about the amount of debt that has increased since specifically 1997. And I'm still currently to this day of the belief that debt does not matter. It matters obviously for everyday people like you and I, but the world doesn't owe anybody money. So when everyone's like, everyone in the world is in this much debt, it doesn't make any sense. Who the hell's the world going to pay? What are we going to go drop off a crate of gold on frickin' Mars? What are you talking about? The world is in debt. The money's made up. It's made up. I don't know. It's crazy to me. It's crazy to me. But anyways, we got 2 minutes and 7 seconds remaining left on the clock. I look extra pale today, don't I? I look super white. It's freaking me out. Tyler said green candle when? We got 1 minute and 52 seconds remaining on the clock. Yeah, see, Jim said, why does Mars need my gold? Exactly. It's my gold. What cracks me up, the idea, and I'm genuinely curious. I would like somebody, maybe a lawyer or an economist, to explain this to me. I know that, like, if your parent dies, then you're responsible for their debt as like next of kin or whatever. But what if somebody has no kids and they have like a couple $100K in debt? Who pays that? Nobody? What are they gonna do? Do like a 23andMe and figure out who their distant relative is? Like if somebody knocked on my door and they're like, hey, your great aunt twice removed just passed away, I'd be like, oh, that's crazy. What do you want? And they'd be like, well, she owed us $150,000. Okay, bye. I don't care. That's her problem. It's just crazy to me. It's crazy. All right, this is it. 48 seconds left on the clock. Oh, big fat green candle. 82,648. Tyler has locked in his win, it seems. We'll see if this changes. But at the moment, it looks like he's figured out a way to rig the system to fix the game. When there's not that many people in the chat, apparently it's really easy to win the contest. Wouldn't you know? We got 28 seconds left on the clock. My trade, I'm going to close in the green. I'm up 2%, and I'm happy. 2% is nothing. I used to wait for double digits. That's how crappy this market's been. It is what it is, though. What are you going to do? 11 seconds left. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. The winner of the daily close contest, Tyler. Once again, congratulations, Tyler. The daily close price for Bitcoin, 82,648 and 52 cents. Tyler locked that win in. Congratulations, Tyler, on your victory. There we go. Guys, spam the bananas in the chat for Tyler. Tyler won fair and square. Look at that big fat wick on the 4-hour. Unfortunately, it's a red wick and a red candle, so we might get some downside here. Congratulations, Tyler. Ladies and gentlemen, drum roll, please. Tyler has won for his prize for winning the daily close contest. He has won a pickle. Tyler has won a pickle for winning the daily close contest. Congratulations, Tyler. Enjoy your pickle in peace. Not financial advice. You did it. Nobody believed that you could, but you did. You showed him. You showed him who's boss. Now, let me make sure I add you to the list as well. The victory list of victors. Even though your name's not Victor. That's 2 days in a row, ladies and gentlemen. Tyler has locked in the win. He has gamed the system. This is our second set of 2 in a row. We got Mr. Robbers, March 26th. Mr. Robbers, March 27th. Tyler, March 28th. Tyler, March 29th. What a weird coincidence. Turns out Mr. Robbers and Tyler are the same person. Congratulations, Tyler, on your victory. Very cool. Very nice. I have lost complete visibility. Oh, there we go. My mouse was gone for a second. I had no idea what was going on. Okay. Let's see. Bitcoin chilling 82,622. We got some stuff to go over on X. Jim said your pickle's a little bit lumpy, Ty. It's got nice shading though, nice girth. I promise you guys, I'm not picking the most dick-shaped ones. They just end up that way. All right, let's see. Tyler Philly said, JJ, who has the most wins? At the moment, actually, it's either Fahid or a gentleman named Hoffs who doesn't actually show up. Hoffs has 10. Fahid has 10, so never mind, they're tied. Let's go through it really quick, actually. We got Janix with 3. John with 1. Greg with 2. Fahid with 10. Brian with 1. Tyler with 7. Tyler coming out of nowhere. Possibly claiming 3rd place. Look at that. Drew with 1. Greg with 2. I think we counted him already. Jalome with 1. Jay Shear with 3. Dave with 1. Perez Plays with 1. Waterfly with 5. It's official. Tyler has taken 3rd place, lapping Waterfly. Congratulations, Tyler. Slowly working his way up to 1st place. Is he going to claim the prize at the end of the year? Or is some random person who's not even subscribed yet going to claim it? That's the beauty of the contest. It's not hard. Chewy. Chewy with 1. Who else? Chad Jacobs with 1. Mr. Robbers with 3. Hoffs, we did already. Waterfly, we did already. Digi with 1. Ryan S. with 3. Janix, I think we did already with 3. Who else? Janix, Waterfly, Hoffs. Jim Derringer with 1. Oak Tree with 1. A-Hole with 1. Money with 2. Black Hat with 1. Tom Selleck's Goat with 2, I believe. Yeah. And I believe that's it. So currently, we got Fahid and Hoffs tied for 1st place with 10, followed by Tyler with 7, and Waterfly with 5. Everybody else below that. Pretty interesting. It's heating up. It's that easy, man. All it takes is 2 wins for somebody to come in technically 2nd place, since 1st place is tied with 2 individuals. If Tyler just works his way up and gets 11 wins total, then he could be in 1st place. He would only have to pass 1 chunk of people at 10. So it's pretty interesting stuff. It's crazy how numbers work, isn't it? Let me see. Jim said you can use cover up on your pickle. Might burn a little. That'd be weird. Index said, yo, where's the party? Party's here, Index. Jim Derringer said, so if Sailor gets margin called, what's the game plan? Probably short Bitcoin. Philly said, you need to count 2024? No, I do not. Tyler, yes, you are currently in second place, technically, because first place is 2 people. And Philly said, I don't get how Hoffs has 10. He comes in here twice a month, but he has 2 different accounts. So technically, he comes in here 4 times a month. All right, market's looking a little spicy. Tyler's pickle's huge. Let's go through some news. We got Bitcoin said during the last cycle, you said 60K didn't look like the top, even though it had a perfect textbook structure of one. Now you feel bearish at 85K because 108K looks like a top. I understand your bearish sentiment. That's because you haven't experienced the bull phase yet. When the real top is in, wow, I said that like JD Vance. When the real top is in, we see a 25% pullback. I'll post this chart again. You'll look at it and know for certain, without any guidance, whether the top is in or not. I like that. That's a pretty sick chart. We got another chunk of rumors that the government is considering selling at 2% of its gold reserve in exchange for Bitcoin. Massive, if true. We got Marty Party. I really like this guy. Go follow him if you haven't already. He said last liquidity injection in the United States was March 20th, 2020, exactly 5 years ago. Since the Fed has been reducing liquidity constantly for 5 years, which ended March 10th, 2025, they have used narratives and spin to deflect you from understanding this. They have been drying up the economy with high rates, fake inflation, and inventing reasons to send liquidity outside America to induce an American depression. You were gaslit if you think otherwise. The same liquidity has been circling for 5 years. There is no new money and has not been since 2020. Crypto, Bitcoin, and major public networks got inflated by institutional allocation since the choke point capitulation. There is no new retail liquidity. The strategy now is the same as then for the whales: suppress and accumulate as retail time-based capitulates on narratives. The last remaining asset class to correct is real estate. Regulation and legislation for the new financial system is being installed, and prices are being suppressed for institutional to accumulate. Trump is disassembling the mechanisms in place whereby liquidity was stolen by the government and foreign countries through poorly valued tariffs in 2020, fake wars, and no accommodation in global trade for the rising costs of Chinese manufacturing. Once these things are complete, that will trigger the next liquidity injection, the biggest in history. Until then, be patient and work your ass off to accumulate dry powder. This last line was my favorite because everyone's always focusing on the charts and they think that for some reason crypto is their only method of income, and that's not true. When the charts are not going my way, I literally focus on accumulating more money because that's the best thing you can do. When the charts are down and they look like crap and everything's doom and gloom, just get more money. And everyone's like, well, that's really easy to say. It is really easy to say. You got to go out and do it, though. Make plans. Do them. Side gigs. It can be stupid small stuff, too. Sometimes I make like $5 to $10 a day extra. That's still $5 or $10 extra. Sometimes I make a couple $100 extra. Sometimes I don't make shit. But I still bust my ass and I go to work for over 40 hours a week and, make sure I'm bringing in more money. You got to do what you got to do. None of this is financial advice, of course, but the best thing you can do for yourself is increase your income, whether it's by side gigs or just working more hours. Do whatever you can to increase your income. Michael Burry, stock trader. I don't know if this is the same guy. 6.1 million Americans are behind on their mortgage. FHA delinquencies just hit 11.03%, the highest in years. Looks like that was back in 2010, 2011, 2012. So it's going to be pretty interesting to see what happens. I will gladly, hopefully, make enough money to buy a house with cash for the coming alleged crash, real estate crash, which has been apparently coming for like 25 years. But we'll see if anything comes of that. I would be pretty stoked if it did, honestly. As much as it sucks, you gotta be financially responsible and not over leverage yourself. We got this guy said, just like in 2023, Bitcoin is repeating the same setup, double top, bear trap, parabolic move. Don't let the bears shake you out this time. A lot of people have been showing this chart for like the past 3 months, but it's getting pretty interesting. And it looks very similar here. I'm just saying. Next, we got world debt has now officially crossed 300 trillion and still continues to climb aggressively. This will not end well. This one was my favorite because 1997 and it shows it rapidly rising. I actually replied to this and I said, who does the world owe the money to, though? And I'm sure it's all recycled debt, like you owe me and I owe you, or like if you owe me but I owe Jim, why can't you just pay Jim? You know what I mean? That's one debt versus 3. Does that make sense? It's all just recycled BS and like fake. I don't know. I'm not going to get into it. Just look into the modern monetary theory. Look into the modern monetary theory and it'll make so much sense. Let me check the chat really quick. Index said, why is Pickle not pointing up? This is rigged. I hate crab. Jim said, remember to say please and thank you. Yes, of course. Billy said, what the F is this? Wall Street CPI doesn't come in the way they cope, so they dump all their stocks. Ridiculous. That's exactly what's happening. Jim said, this happens all the time. Cash is king. I agree. Tyler said, Philly, do you want peanut butter with that jelly? I could go for peanut butter jelly. Jim said, cool chart is SPX USM2 shows relative strength of USM2 into the stock market. 90s bubble was wild. The M2 money supply thing is in here too. We'll see that pretty soon. We got 100 million ETH whale about to get liquidated. I believe it might have happened already. Their liquidation is at 1793. Let's go see if we touch that. No, wow. It got close. He might have added to it maybe and staved that off. Let's see. Let's see if that's true. Congratulations, Tyler, once again on your victory. Let's get back to it. We got the market is down, but BlackRock and Fidelity bought over $250 million in Bitcoin this week. Institutional adoption loading. See, I don't know if this is 250 million Bitcoin or 250 million US dollars. We got the fourth signal since Bitcoin existed. This one was really crazy. Signal up, signal up, signal up, signal up. I don't know what the hell this is. I really don't. But I'm okay with it. Not financial advice, of course. Here it is. The global M2 money supply, the mini rally that fails is failing. See box image in image center. Mini rally that fails? Look at that. Would you look at that? I'm just saying. May 1st blast off. We'll see what comes. We also have a bongo cat here in this pattern, or in this M2 money supply, several times, which I pointed out in the past. When we see that in the RSI, it's good. When we see it in the chart, it's bad. Obviously, that's not the case with global M2 money supply, but who knows? Very interesting stuff. 108-day offset is further validated. Bitcoin may drop further in short term. Blast off could be May. I like this. I love it. Everything about it is interesting to me. Jim will definitely get to that chart for sure. We got bottom signals. Daily exchange volume is reaching new local lows. It's getting pretty spicy out there for the daily exchange volume, guys. Mustache said altcoins. Looks like most people here have given up. It really feels like 2022 bottom vibes. Anyone else here who believes in new highs in 2025? That would not surprise me. Everyone is gone. Literally everyone is gone. They've all left. It's crazy. It's like blowing my mind right now. So we'll see what comes of it. This one's from Lark Davis. This is a new one. We don't normally have anything from Lark Davis, but this one I thoroughly agreed with. He said, when it feels the safest to invest in the market is actually the worst, the most dangerous time. And when it feels dangerous to invest is actually the safest time. That could not be more true. So I had to share that one. That one was a great one. I like Lark. I liked him a lot in the early days. He just kind of regurgitates stuff now, but I don't hate him. I don't have any problem with him. This next one is pretty sick. Mic drop from Sailor on CNBC. So I had to share it with you guys. It was pretty awesome. Let's make sure you guys can hear it though.
So what do you say to people who say, well, it's a Ponzi scheme because every time Bitcoin goes up, you issue more equity and debt to buy more Bitcoin. It just keeps going and going and going.
Yeah, just like developers in Manhattan, every time Manhattan real estate goes up in value, they issue more debt to develop more real estate. That's why your buildings are so tall in New York City. It's been going on for 350 years. I would call it an economy.
Damn. Oh, I've just realized I'm gonna get in trouble for that song. That was so good though. I watched that earlier and I was like, oh shit. Sailor literally just freaking schooled her ass on live television. What a freaking badass. Like, you don't get as successful as this guy and not know what the hell you're talking about. You gotta be pretty ballsy to step to him. So I hope she at least handled her rebuttal with grace. Otherwise, that was probably a super cringe interview to watch the rest of that play out. Good for him, though. He's schooled her, man. Ivan on Tech said, reminder, Bitcoin will go to new all-time highs soon. Drama and panic is strong. Good. Bye, the panic. We like Ivan on Tech. He's a pretty cool dude. We got Mr. Wall Street said, altcoins printing bullish falling edge pattern. I don't know what that means. Next move target is 1.6 trillion market cap. Only diamond hands will be rewarded, though. Or only diamond hands will be rewarded. Hold. So this one was also interesting. I am not really buying his... I see it. But when you look at the actual chart, it looks a little bit different. But I think I get the gist of it. The line would be more right here, but it would still be a line. Only 2 points of confluence. So, but it is what it is. I don't hate it. I really don't. Next, we got Marty Party. Again, this guy is a must follow if you're into the finance world, in my opinion. Liquidation levels 12 p.m. March 28th. Q2 starts Monday. April 1st, the Fed starts to roll over their debt. April 2nd, the reciprocal tariffs begin. Expect fuckery from Binance. He's been observing all of this liquidity stuff going on with Binance and Wintermute and market makers and stuff like that, so definitely keep an eye on it. Bitcoin's currently trading at 82,724, and we are chilling. Tyler won the daily close contest with his guess of $82,600.69. Nice. The actual daily close was $82,648.52. What do you guys think? Are we going to close tomorrow with a green daily candle or a red daily candle? I don't know. Is anyone's guess? If we are continuing this pattern, then, we got downward trend, down, upward trend, down, upward trend, down. I don't know. We'll have to see. I would not be surprised to see us hit at the very bare minimum 78K. But if we hold 80, or even 81, maybe we continue to the upside from here. I have no clue. Genuinely have no clue. Let me check the chat. Jim said, cool chart. Yep, we'll check that out for sure. Jim also said if you compared SPX US M2 to the M2 graph, you'll see a crazy amount of relative inflow, 90 to 99 versus now. Clint said, I'm reporting you to the YouTube right now for playing that song. Oh, they already know. They 100% already know. Snoop Dogg is like on his way to my apartment right now to like demand money. They're sneaky with that stuff, man. I'm going to have to cut it out. I'm going to get an alert tomorrow. It's going to be like, your video's not eligible for monetization, like it was in the first place. But yeah, interesting stuff going on X. Let's do a quick update of our portfolios. I'm not going to do the narrative first. I'm going to follow up with Memecoin portfolio. Oh, did I get kicked out again? Damn it. All right, hold on. I got to log in. Uno momento. Por favor. Here we go. Okay, we're back. We got our Memecoin portfolio post Libra is currently sitting at $694.48. This was originally a $1,000 portfolio. As you can see, though, it is starting to curl up. Maybe this is a little distribution down here. Strictly meme coins. We got Pepe, Doge, SNEK, Whip, and Giga. It is currently down around $305. So not faring that well. 30% decline. Next, we got our 1K to 10K Grok portfolio. Grok recommended 60% of these coins. The other 40% was voted on by the community. Couldn't tell you which ones are which, but that's what we get. We got Render, ADA, Aptos, Near, Shib, Propi, Ondo, Sol, Doge, and AGIX, which I think once this gets back to $100, we'll switch it out for whatever it evolve ASI, I think is what it's called. But Render, ADA, Aptos, and Near holding up the portfolio. SHIB, Proppy, Ondo, Sol, Doge, and AGIX dragging it down. It is only down $200 right now, which is pretty damn good. 20% is not bad. And then finally, we got our narrative portfolio, which I believe is holding up better than everything else at the moment. This was a $500 portfolio. We did one of each narrative. We got Memecoin, gaming, real-world assets, artificial intelligence, and decentralized physical infrastructure. This portfolio at the moment is only down $65, which is what? What is that? 12%? It's only down 12%, all things considered. We did buy this. We set this portfolio up very late into the really bad dip, so that just goes to show, if you knife catcher, if you DCA at the lows, when everyone's freaking out, it's not a bad time. Not financial advice, though. Let's refresh our liquidation heat map and see if there's any more money in the market at the moment. Oh, it looks like we're going up for that bad boy right there. Look at that. That's a new 83.61. Oh, that's not new. Did we hit another one? What did we hit? Or did they just move it? That's crazy. And then we got 83.360. And then down below, what do we got? 81.686. Okay, that's exactly what's there. Oh, the pickle. And then 81.447. Yep. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. It does look like we're being pulled towards the liquidations to the upside at the moment, but we'll see how it plays out. What else do we got? Yeah, seriously, genuinely consider looking into the modern monetary theory. Even if you just, let me just ask Grok actually. Can you briefly summarize modern monetary theory? It's basically the idea that nations, like sovereign nations that control their own money, don't need to worry about debt. All right, modern monetary theory is an economic framework that argues governments with sovereign control over their currency, like the US with the dollar, face no inherent financial constraints in spending, since they can always create more money. It suggests that such governments should prioritize full employment and economic stability over balancing budgets, as deficits don't pose the same risks as they do for households or businesses. Taxes and MMT aren't primarily for revenue, but for controlling inflation and influencing behavior. Critics argue it downplays inflation risks and debt sustainably. Sustainability. While proponents say it reframes how we understand money and fiscal policy. It's gained attention in debates over government spending like stimulus packages or universal basic income. Genuinely, if everyone values something at this dollar amount, that's, in my opinion, is never going to change. Inflation is the only thing that changes that, because the money printing does not match the inflation. Nothing actually costs more or less. It's the same amount that it's ever costs. It's literally costs time and labor to do anything. So inflation is imaginary. It's made up by like a coordinated group of people. That's just my theory. I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there. I'm probably going to get a lot of crap for that, but I don't really give a crap. Let's go take a look at this chart for Jim. He wants us to look at SPX USM2. SPX. Jeez, I'm out of control today. What's going on? SPX USM2. That is not available to me on my crappy version of TradingView. Oh, right here. Botrix. Nope. Pre-bubble, bubble, pop, post-bubble. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if I have access to that. Oh, hit enter in the chart autofills. SPX USM2. Nope. Do I have to put the slash in there? Oh, stop. Oh, that is so sick. Okay, what am I looking at? What am I looking for? You said if you compared SPX USM2 to the M2 graph, you would see crazy. Okay, cool chart. Shows relative strength of USM2 into the stock market. 90s bubble was valid. Oh, geez. Okay. You'll see a crazy amount of relative inflow, 90 to 99 versus now. Shows relative strength of USM2 into the stock market. 90s bubble was wild. Yeah. Holy crap. All right. This shows USM2 inflow in the market relative to the amount of USM2. Uses the S&P 500 as an anchor. I suggest a monthly or weekly chart. Okay. Whoa. Okay. What was this? Is that it? 2000? Woo. Okay. So honestly, if I'm looking at this for pattern, it looks like right now we're right here. Does this is a monthly. Okay, so the downturn is bad, right? Chewy said, bro, do you ever have an original thought or just an ex-parrot? Me? My original thought literally is modern monetary theory. I discovered this and I was like, oh shit, this is like what I've been saying. I don't know if original thoughts exist. That's also another theory that people can't have original thoughts anymore because everything has already been thought of. Jay Shear said, yo, what up, JJ? What's going on, Jay Shear? Smash the like button. All right. What are we looking at, Jim? You got to walk me through it. Let's see. We got support here. Ish. Confluence. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, actually, I kind of like that. And that support was drawn down and used as support right there. So if we do bring this down really hard, I don't know if it's going to go down like that, though. So let me get this straight. This is the S&P 500 versus the monetary supply of the United States. I would argue that the right side is the beginning of a much larger move, since the US M2 was 4.71 trillion in 2000 and increased rapidly, which is why the drop is so significant. Chewy said, I think aliens are angels. You ever heard that thought? I have heard that one. It actually genuinely, like a lot of, I might get some dislikes here, but a lot of religion makes a lot of sense if you consider the figures to be extraterrestrial, especially God. And Chewy, I don't know if you've seen this or not, and I don't know if your religious beliefs would even let you, so don't get mad at me if you watch it and it's like really blasphemous or something. I recommend everyone check out Zeitgeist. I think it's available on YouTube. Zeitgeist the movie. It was just really cool. The first one, the second one, like sequels are about money and stuff. Like nobody cares about it. I watched the second one and it was just dumb. But the first one's about religion and how like a bunch of different really prominent religions in the world all relate like really heavily. There's like different figures that like match up and it all correlates to astrology, and it blew my mind when I first watched it. I think I watched it probably when it came out, 2007, 2008, and everything made so much sense. I was like, whoa. So, I don't know. I definitely recommend checking that out. It's pretty cool. But yeah, Jim, US M2 is now 21.7 trillion. So if it was previously, what did you say before? You said it was 4.71, so it's 5 times. I'm going to say 4 times for the sake of simplicity. It's 4 times larger this time around. So if we take this move and we make it 4 times larger, let's see, 4 times. I'm gonna rough this out right here. From top to bottom. I'm gonna do this 4 times. 1, 2. Let's just do 2. Let's do twice as big. Let's just assume that it's gonna be twice as big. Then our target. And I want this to remain in the same spot, maybe? No, it's gonna be over twice as much time, so I want it to be twice as long, which would be here. Twice. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. So measured move. This is all just 1000% speculative. We're literally at the point now where we're fabricating stuff on the chart. So, you know, don't trade based on this. This would be our move. If it's twice as much, if it's 3 times, it might actually look a little bit better. Let's do 2.5. Halfway point's about right here. Let's do that. Just for simplicity's sake. Look at that. I don't hate it. Let's actually take it down. Take it back down to the 2. So that's our measured move. It's twice as large. You said judging the chart versus USM2, the amount of money supply in the market by 2000 was enormous compared to now. Okay. So what does this mean? SPX weighed as the anchor for money supply. Are they going to increase the money supply? Is that what's happening? Part of the speculation comes from Silicon Valley veterans judging the market to be like 96. Okay. So the bubble hasn't even begun, is what you're saying. That's actually sick. Whoa. That kind of blows my mind. If this is the bubble, this is like the beginning of the bubble. We've dipped the wand into the reciprocal, the container of soapy water. Jim said part of this. Okay, yeah, I read that already. That's crazy. Interesting. So what would this entail then? What would this mean for... Would this mean the S&P 500 would go crazy? Or the money supply would go crazy? What's the correlation here? Dude, the stock market's been around for this long. That's so crazy. Whoa, is this the Great Depression? Holy shit. Damn. If that's the Great Depression, what the hell is this? Okay, that's the bubble. And that's the housing crisis, which actually was harder than the dot-com bubble, it looks like. That's crazy. I had no idea. That previous peak shows the relative strength of how much of 4.71 trillion went into the market. Okay. Okay. So we're looking for a lot more money to go into the market then. Is what I'm getting. This is actually really cool. Can I, how do I, I'm not, maybe that's what they want me to pay for premium for, is if I save this. That makes sense. What's interesting is how the market cipher thing plays out to this. We didn't have any lower momentum from 2001. Is that what that is? No, I'm sorry. That's 1980. That's 1983. From 1983 to 2001. Then we got really ridiculous. And I'm on the monthly chart, so, you know, calm down. We got ridiculous lower momentum wave touch. And then another one, even deeper. And then a little baby one for a second. And then another little baby one. And okay, I understand. Interesting. Very interesting. A lot of unconfirmed red dots too. Right now we have a lot of unconfirmed red dots as well, but we're still going on an uptrend. So you could argue, you said it's like 96. Right here? Whoa. That's crazy. I see it. Whoa, I see it. That's right here. That's like the same trajectory even. I can't draw good. Yeah, there's no way back then from 94 to 2000. Right now we're at 22 to 20. It's been 3 years. This was 6 years. So we're halfway through it. If it's going to be that short amount of time, considering the liquidity, if we're only halfway through it, then we could go this much higher in that short period of time. That'd be crazy. Jim said Silicon Valley speculation gives an interesting insight into the chart based on their 96 comment. Silicon Valley speculation, is that a individual? Is that a person? Let me go check this out. Nope. I guess not. Maybe it's not. It's just not on Twitter. Not everything's on Twitter. This is interesting. Thank you for this, Jim. I like this. I'm going to have to like write it down or something. That's pretty sick though. SPX versus USM2. Okay, cool. All right, let's see how the market's doing. Bitcoin dominance. Not on the monthly though. But if we do, is that at the top? Ooh, this should be the top, shouldn't it? Let me zoom in. Uh-oh. 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 Go to the 4 hour. It's getting spicy, man. Bitcoin dominance is getting very spicy. It is heading for that 62.30. That's going to be interesting. It already broke down resistance from that the first time around. Let's see if it does it again. We have a confirmed red dot though. We've watched those play out recently. It might be game over for Bitcoin dominance. Not financial advice, of course. Something to keep an eye on. Alt's about to die. Congratulations, Tyler, once again. Bitcoin is currently trading at $82,508.25. It's Saturday night, guys. Make sure you get outside and touch some grass. Go for a walk or something. Maybe go for a little jog. Even if you just walk around Walmart or some crap, you know. Get some fresh air. Life is about living. Don't spend your entire life staring at charts, trying to like make $1 million, because then when you make it, you have no friends to enjoy it with, and your family doesn't talk to you anymore. What was it worth? Was it worth it? Probably not. But I'm going to call it an evening. Probably play some video games with the family or something. Maybe watch a movie. I don't know. Eat some food. If Bitcoin starts to do anything crazy, as always, I will hop back on. Otherwise, I will see you all tomorrow. Jim said, thanks for checking out the chart, JJ. Cool piece of speculative TA. Yeah, I like that. Thank you, Jim. Thanks for bringing that up. I'm going to call it. I appreciate you guys for stopping by. Smash the like button on your way out. Subscribe if you're new. And I will see you all tomorrow. Good night.